62 दिनों तक जारी रहने वाली अमरनाथ यात्रा आज से शुरू हुई और इस साल गुफा के दर्शन करने वाले यात्रियों के लिए खुसूसी इंतजाम किए गए हैं। वहीं अगर सिक्योरिटी बंदोबस्त की बात करें तो इस साल सिक्योरिटी खिदमत में इजाफा किया गया है, जिसमें क्वाडकॉप्टर्स, NVDs, एंटी ड्रोन टीमों के अलावा बम स्क्वाड की टीमों को सिक्योरिटी सिस्टम का हिस्सा बनाया गया है, जो कि गुफा तक जाने वाले दोनों रास्तों पर खिदमत अंजाम देंगे। जैसे कि आप जानते हैं कि यात्रियों को पहलगाम से आगे गुफा तक जाने वाले कठिन रास्तों से होकर गुजरना पड़ता है और इन बर्फानी रास्तों पर कुदरती आफात जैसे कि लैंडस्लाइडिंग या दीगर कुदरती आफात का सामना रहता है। तो इन कुदरती आफात से फौरी तौर पर निपटने के लिए NDRF, SDRF और NDMA यानी कि नेशनल डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट अथॉरिटी की टीमें मुश्तरका तौर पर काम करेंगे और ये रेस्क्यू टीमें किसी भी सूरत हाल से निपटने के लिए तैनात कर दी गई है। अमरनाथ यात्रा के हवाले से क्या कुछ मजीद सिक्योरिटी के इंतजाम किए हैं और साथ ही साथ किस तरह की तैयारियां की गई है, इस पर पहलगाम बेस कैंप में कमांडर 1 सेक्टर RR अमनदीप मल्ही ने एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस दी है। उस दौरान उन्होंने क्या कुछ कहा, आइए सुनते हैं।
Jai Hind. At the outset, on behalf of the Indian Army, we welcome all the pilgrims to this year's 62-day-long Shri Amarnath Ji Yatra. You all are aware that along the southern route, the 32-kilometer long trek from Chandanwadi to the Holy Cave is the traditional route for this holy pilgrimage. The Indian Army has been steadfast in its preparations, in sync with all the other stakeholders, that is the Shrine Board, Jammu and Kashmir Police, the Central Armed Police Forces, and last but not the least, the civil administration. You also must be aware that this year our Border Roads organization has done a yeoman service in opening the critical southern route, and that's also after heavy snowfalls in this season. We had also heli-inducted plant equipment, and that's how snow levels of up to nearly 12 to 14 feet were cleared in quick time. As far as security is concerned, we have multi-layered security arrangements in place with deployment of Indian Army troops, the Jammu Kashmir Police, and detachments and companies of the Central Armed Police Forces also. There is a 24/7 seamless integrated surveillance plan in place. We have put in our assets, which includes the quadcopters, other aerial assets, as well as the night vision devices to have constant monitoring of the entire route. Apart from this, our deployment and domination caters for any threats emanating from the higher reaches as well as the hinterland and the valley floor. While our entire security architecture is in place, we are also cognizant of the aspirations of our Kashmiri brethren, and each man of the security forces has been advised to ensure that there is minimum inconvenience to the local population in executing their day-to-day routine. Our special focus has been on the humanitarian assistance and disaster relief operations. The last year's lessons learnt and the feedback available after the cloudburst incident of mid-July have all been incorporated in our plans. We have our avalanche rescue teams, our mountain rescue teams, and other teams of other security forces also deployed on the critical areas. Simultaneously, we are also keeping these areas under surveillance. Our casualty helipad evacuation as well as upgraded medical facilities all along the 32-kilometer foot track are absolutely effective and in place. To correspond and to supplement that, the civil administration medical setup is also in place. We have had the opportunity of doing joint exercise rehearsals with the security forces establishments, as also the National Disaster Management Authority, the NDRF and the SDRF teams. Besides this, the Indian Army has put its resources like the tents in the Yatri shivers or the Yatri camps, which are at Panchtarni and Noonwan, and which has resulted in augmenting the capacity of these camps for the Yatris. Towards the end, I would once again reassure Indian Army's commitment in supporting the civil administration and the Shrine Board in our efforts to ensure that this year's Yatra is safe and incident-free. Thank you and Jai Hind.